15 years ago, he went to prison for a murder he did not commit. Today, he left court a free man. Eric Blackman went from convicted criminal to amateur attorney, and his story is nothing less than remarkable. NBC5's Phil Rogers joining us now with much more. Phil.
You know, Allison, this is the story of a man who insisted from day one he was innocent. He spent 16 years in jail for murder, but he taught himself the law. And today, he heard the words he has waited to hear for 2 decades. As a judge looked down from the bench and said, "You are free to go." He could easily have passed for any of the pinstripe lawyers at the courthouse at 26th and California today. Eric Blackman entered the building this morning as an accused killer, but left a completely free man.
What happened?
I truly can't tell you. I truly can't tell you. One day I was living, the next day I was in prison.
Blackman's story began with a gang murder committed in broad daylight at this spot near Roosevelt and Pulaski on the 4th of July, 2002.
Eric had no connection to this crime, none.
Indeed, the brutal crime committed at this spot went cold for 2 months. Somehow, Blackman's picture was put into a photo array shown to witnesses. And in September of 2002, he was arrested for murder.
We still don't know how his name ever got floating, but he was at a barbecue with 24 other people at the same time this murder was committed. He had no connection to the victim. He had no connection to the people the police knew were involved in the murder. Nothing.
Blackman spent 16 years behind bars. During that time, he taught himself to be a lawyer, got his paralegal license, and relentlessly worked his case.
I just did everything that I could for myself and just hoping somebody would eventually listen. And eventually, they all did.
Rebuffed at the trial court level, Blackman did something that was next to impossible. Working on his own from jail, he convinced the federal appellate court to hear his case.
It's extraordinary, and it was because he had done all the research, all the investigation, all the writing up until that point to have his case in good shape so that the Seventh Circuit could see the injustice that his case was filled with.
Blackman is currently working as a paralegal in the Lawndale neighborhood. And yes, he says he has plans to go to law school and become a full-fledged attorney. Reporting live, Phil Rogers, NBC5 News.
What an incredible story. We're saying it should be a movie.